Well, I can give you the same advice. I mean, it's getting harder and harder, even for people who know what they're doing, to get work at this point, just because the industry has been going down and down and down lately. So, like, I'm currently working, and I'm super ecstatic to currently be working. Um, so, if you were going to start, what I think, what I think I would do, which would be the same, I would give you the advice to do what I think I would do myself, is I would make something. I would make something to try to get me noticed. I've worked at many places where I've been, like when I lived in New Jersey and worked in New York City. We would have kids from this SVA. I forget what that is. New York SVA, the School of Visual Arts. They would come by, and I would tell them, quit school and get an internship at a visual effects company. It's like, come here and answer the door, and then, talk to the people who work here, because most people are super friendly. If someone was working the front door and they asked me a question, I would tell them everything. I'd tell them, what I'm doing, I'd show them, give them tips. So, like, you want to get in the environment where it's actually happening. So move to wherever you can find a movie being made or a TV show being made, if you hear of them in certain areas, and hunt that stuff down. Because back in the day, in the early 90s, when I started, I packed everything up I had, and I had a big portfolio of artwork from art school. I did not study film at all. And I moved to LA because I'm like, well, that's where they make movies. I guess that's where I should go. And just being in that environment, it took maybe a year and a half of searching, of looking up. Back then, I'm looking in there was a book called The 411 of Hollywood, and it would list all the production companies. And I would just go through and I would send out resumes. I would send out, cover letters with resumes. I have my portfolio that I could carry around. I even had a carousel of slides of my artwork, that if someone had a projector, I could bring the carousel, set the carousel down on the projector, and we could go through the slides of my artwork. So it was about getting visible, getting into putting yourself in the place where something's happening. And even if there's a production going on and you can be a PA and just be on set, and there happens to be visual effects, you gravitate over to those people, talk to those people. Because usually when you're on a set, there is a lot of sitting around, waiting around. So if someone isn't actively currently busy, like those 5 minutes when I was on set with Keanu Reeves and I'm telling him where to go and I'm watching the camera and doing it, aside from those 5 minutes, the rest of the, 5 or 6 hours, I'm just like sitting around waiting for something to do. So, some people are jerks. Some people are really nice. I would say more people are really nice. And so get yourself in a position